Hi there, and welcome to Calculus 2 this spring semester at Humboldt State University. My name is Dr. Tyler Evans. I'm a professor of mathematics here, and I'll be the professor of your Calc 2 class this semester at Humboldt. Purpose of this short video is to kind of walk you through the structure of the Canvas page I set up for our course. So you're looking at the main page when you click on in your course dashboard on Calculus 2. This is what you'll come to minus the purple bar. I'm kind of emulating a student view on this page. But I just kind of want to walk you through how the page is set up and where you'll find some useful information. So the kind of main navigation section is over here on the left. You can navigate to this home page, the course syllabus, modules, quizzes, assignments, announcements, and so on. So what I want to do is kind of walk you through what's in each one of these things. I'm going to make a separate video for the course syllabus where I'll go over the structure. So I will click into the syllabus here in this video. Okay, so on the main page here, the topmost link is a link to our Zoom meetings. We're going to meet 4 days a week in this course, depending on which section you're in at 10 or 11 a.m. on Zoom. So if you click on this Zoom meeting instructions on the logo or on that link there, you'll be taken to the Zoom meeting page. So again, this is a single Canvas page for my two sections of Math 110. You might be in the 10 a.m. section, you might be in the 11 a.m. section. So I would recommend the easiest way to join the class on Zoom is just to navigate here through Canvas and click on these links. If you want to use Zoom directly, you can also record these meeting IDs to join the course. HSU has asked me to make my courses password protected. So for both sections, the password is just going to be Calc2, single word, all lowercase. And I'm also going to have office hours every day except Wednesday from 1:45 to 2:50 p.m. And those office hours will be in a separate Zoom meeting. So the link is down here. The office hour Zoom password is just my name, Evans, OH. The O and the H are uppercase there. It's case sensitive password. All right, so this is where you can click to find any of the information you need to contact me on Zoom, either in class or in my office hours. So we'll go back to the main homepage here. Our course is going to have what's called a dedicated tutor. So there's an employee, a student employee in the tutoring center who tutors mathematics, but is dedicated to our course. Her name is Emma. I don't have her hours and Zoom link information, but when I do, I'll post them all here. I'm hoping, if necessary, that you'll take advantage of her. Emma's being provided to you at no cost to you by the university, and she's going to have something like 6 hours a week. So that's 6 additional hours outside of my office hours where you can get some assistance with our course material. And that assistant comes not from a faculty member like myself, but from a student like yourself. So I'll put Emma's information in this dedicated tutor link when I have it. Every day we have a class meeting. I'll be writing on kind of a whiteboard-like environment, taking notes during the class. And when I'm done, I'll post those notes as a PDF. So this will just sort of be a table that grows. I'll post my lecture notes from the 10 a.m. and the 11 a.m. class. For the most part, the two class meetings will be the same, but they won't be exactly the same. So I hope that you find that a valuable resource if you're ever needing to refer back to something I wrote in class. That'll all be available to you. I'm going to skip over this coursework and video lectures and quizzes link here for a second. I'll come back to it. So moving on, the course has a required textbook. So the next link on the Canvas page is a link to that information. This text is required. The homework assignments that I'll give you to practice problems to prepare for your exams all come out of this text. I've linked here several purchase options. If you've taken Math 109 at Humboldt State, you already own this text. It's the same text as Math 109, and it'll be the same as Math 210 if you're going to take the third semester of calculus. So for a lot of you, it's sort of vestigial information here. You already own the text. If you're just joining us here at Humboldt and you don't own this text yet, it is required, and I've listed some links. The cheapest way I know about getting it is this Duran Books link. You can download it as a PDF for $15. All right, so that's the kind of most affordable option. But there's other options. You can contact me individually if you have questions about it. Some people have asked me if they can use different editions. It will be problematic. You'll want to have the 8th edition of this text because the problems I assign come out of the 8th edition. And you want to make sure that you're doing the problems that I recommend that you do. Okay, I've got a page here called Technical Tools. What's on it? Well, it's just some links to some stuff. There's some software. I'm going to be using Desmos a lot in class. So if you're not familiar with Desmos, that won't be the case by the end of this course, I hope. So I've got a link to the Desmos graphing calculator. I've also got a little teeny demo video that I made for a Math 109 course of how to use Desmos. Don't worry about it. It's called Math 109. The information is relevant for you as well. I'll also be using spreadsheets and sometimes a software package called GeoGebra. So I've got those linked there. Uh, Primarily for exams, you're going to have to be turning in files to me electronically. So I'm going to insist that you do that by submitting single page, or sorry, single file, multiple page PDF. So you're going to have to be able to scan things from stuff that you write on paper on your desk. So if you don't have a scanner, that's okay. You can do this with a smartphone. I've listed here some solutions. If you have an Apple product, there's a built-in Apple software called Notes that has a scanning feature. So it's sort of better than just taking a picture. It literally kind of formats the edges of the pages and can save it as a multiple page PDF. You can do that with other software, Notability, Cam Scanner. If you're an Android user, a lot of students like this software, NoteBlock. It has an integrated Canvas feature that you can just sort of scan your stuff and upload it to the course automatically. I don't care what software you use, but I will insist that you be able to create legible, I mean readable, single file, multiple page PDF documents for submissions for exams in the course, okay? So we have a couple of weeks before the first exam will come up, so we have time to iron that out. This is now not quite the third, I guess, but we've had 1.5 virtual semesters here at Humboldt State. So I'm assuming that by now, most of you are kind of familiar with scanning your work and getting it uploaded to Canvas, but let me know if you need any assistance. So I hope that technical tool page is convenient for you. And then finally, I've got kind of an external resources page here. It's just links to places, cool stuff about calculus, instructional videos about calculus. I've got a link to 3 Blue 1 Brown YouTube channel, one of my favorite YouTube channels out there with mathematical content. I also linked to some videos I made for a Math 109 course that I taught last summer, reviewing some of the material in chapter 5. So if you're a little bit rusty about the fundamental theorem of calculus, or maybe computing integrals by substitution, you can check out, actually, I have an entire Math 109 YouTube playlist, but in particular, these 3 videos might be a place to start. And then a student of mine last semester provided a link to some really nice calculus videos from an AP calculus class. So this list can grow. If you see something cool out there, shoot me an email. I'd love it to add some more content to this page. All right, so I'm going to go back to the main homepage here. I didn't say anything. I'll make announcements via Canvas, so they'll all be cataloged here in the announcements page. I'll also, discussions are a great place for you to ask each other questions in addition to me. Sometimes if you have a question for me, if you ask it in our discussion forum, it benefits everybody because somebody else might have the same question. They can see the answer. You can also communicate directly with each other. In these virtual semesters, I think among the things that are missing from the face-to-face environment is the ability for you guys to communicate with each other as we go through the course. So please use either this chat link, the discussion link, forum text groups, Discord servers. I would strongly encourage you, maybe not with the entire class, but with some subset of the class, get a kind of study posse together, and don't go on this journey alone. It's more fun if you do it with others. The grade link here, everything I assign in Canvas has a grade. You'll get it posted, and the grades will be kept current as we go through the course. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is click on this coursework video lectures and quizzes just to kind of give you an idea of what the layout is going to be. I'm going to organize the course in modules. There will be a module for each week. So I'll label it with the week number together with the dates. And if you open up a week here, I've only got one. I'll kind of open them as we go through the course. Our course meets 4 times a week, so each of those course meetings will have a text header telling us what the date is and what the plan is. Monday, January 18th is the Martin Luther King holiday. Tuesday is sort of a different day. It's going to be a course overview where I'll kind of hit some of these highlights that I'm talking about in this video together with the course syllabus and give you a chance to answer or ask some questions rather. There's going to be kind of an introduction assignment and a course overview quiz that you'll do on Canvas. So starting here in this first week on Thursday, this is what a typical kind of day will look like. So it's got the header telling us what section we're talking about in the book. Then I've got a text page. I'll click on these here in a second, but it'll sort of tell you what we're supposed to do in that section, the learning objectives. There's going to be a link to a YouTube video in case you can't come to class, or if you want to check out the material again, or ideally even check it out before coming to class. A lot of the times I'll do similar or maybe the same examples in class that I have done in the YouTube video, but not always. Sometimes they're a little bit different. So it's a way for you to accentuate your study and kind of have access to that lecture at all times. And then I'm going to suggest some problems that you practice out of that thing. And then there's going to be a quiz. So that's kind of the daily regiment. And when we get over to the syllabus, I'll talk about the grading and kind of due dates and stuff, but this is just sort of to illustrate the workflow. So every day, learning objectives, video lecture, problems to practice, quiz. At the end of each week, there'll also be a reflection assignment, which is just sort of a short written text box entry assignment where I'm going to just ask you to kind of talk about what it is that we did in the class that week, what your perception of the material is. All right, so that's kind of how your workflow is going to be. It's four days a week we meet in this course, and each one of those days is going to consist of these objectives, a lecture you can watch before or after, or if you just want to come to class, that's fine. It's up to you. Problems to practice to get ready for your exams, and then a quiz. All right, if I click on some of these, I'll just sort of show you what it looks like in the modules. I like it because you can navigate it with navigation buttons. So here's the learning objectives for section 6.1. Want to be able to compute area between curves using a definite integral, and then do the integral with respect to the y variable where possible. If I navigate on, next thing I see is an embedded YouTube video. Don't worry about it, says Math 109. I cover section 6.1 at the very end of Math 109 and also at the very beginning of Math 110. So sort of ignore that. This is the video lecture for the section. Click on the next and you get the practice problems. I'm organizing them into three, what I call tiers. The first tier are problems that you absolutely need to make sure that you can do. Your grade in this course, when I make the syllabus video, I'll go into more detail, but your grade is basically is a function of your quizzes and your exams. So these practice problems is how you get ready for exams. Okay, so the tier 1 problems are the ones that you want to be able to do with accuracy. All right, and then I have tier 2 and tier 3 problems. They just get a little bit deeper. They're a little bit more challenging. So as you're preparing for the exams in this course, you can kind of think to yourself, tier 1 problems are the kinds of problems you can expect to see on an exam. Tier 2 and tier 3 problems go a little bit deeper, push you and make you think a little bit deeper about stuff. So I highly encourage you to get into the habit from the very beginning of working each one of these practice problems in the text, coming to me or coming to our dedicated tutor, Emma, as necessary to get help as you prepare for the exams in the course. Okay, then you click on that. There's a link to the quiz. The quizzes will open up on the day that we have them. So this one's still locked and so on. So you can just navigate through. Here's the next day. So that's kind of how the course modules work. All right. So there'll be one of these things for each week in our course. All right, so I'm going to end this video here. I hope it's useful and we can go over some of this stuff when we meet on Tuesday the 19th. Thanks for listening.